I've just met you on the track today, and it's just sheer chance that I've met you, a forestry worker, and you don't want to be named. That's fine. What do you think of the intensity of the logging now?
Well, it is pretty intense, but the method that we used to use, and it's because our rotation period is such short now, we come back into these compartments every 5 years, we were just destroying our regen anyway.
And the actual method you use destroys the regeneration of the next lot of trees, does it?
The comeback time does.
The comeback time.
We used to come back in 15 years.
Yes.
Right.
And then it shortened up.
To allow the regen to get size so it can be protected, where now we've been told to cut our wood supply agreement, which has got another 13 years to go, and it will be cut. Like, that's why every tree is getting cut.
So here now, why are you going to lose your jobs? What's happening? What's going to happen?
We're going to self-managed contractors. So Forest New South Wales are going to manage them via GPS systems in the harvesters. And
what does that really mean?
well, we don't know yet. They haven't proven it to us.
So they're going to do like desktop management with GPS and maps, and then they're going to say to a contractor, go in there and you can take this, this and this. What do you think the practical implications are?
Well, they're sort of, you know, getting around it by some ways. Like our licensed states, we have to mark filter strips, habitat trees, and what they're doing now is saying we'll mark them through the GPS.
Electronically?
Yes, it won't be.
Not physically.
So there'll be no ground truthing?
No.
And there could be
there won't be enough of us left to do it.
So there won't be ground truthing, there could be big mistakes.
We used to manage...
Well, there is possibilities there.
Yeah.
So
it's leaving them wide open for issues,
Okay, all right. And overall, if you had to say to the people of New South Wales the situation with their forests, what would you say? I mean, now you've seen this Camp Laurel, and I've told you that, you know, I've gone over hundreds of acres.
That's another issue, is weeds.
And you'll never have the resources to manage this.
There isn't now.
No,
there's not now.
Or
there won't be any burning.
There'll be no
ability. It's going to drop big time. It has to, because there's going to be less of us.
Okay. So as far for practical purposes then, already we've got a resource where we can't manage the invasive species, you can't manage the cats, the dogs, the weeds, and it's just going to get worse.
Yes.
Now, all of you workers have talked to the CEO of Forest New South Wales. What's his name? Nick
Roberts.
Nick Roberts.
Yeah.
And
not personally, no.
I understand that I've been told by people that are in government at a fairly high level that Forest New South Wales are losing money in a lot of these compartments they're logging because of, you know, the infrastructure and what has to happen. I've been told that to supply this wood supply agreement with Boral, that multinational, I've been told that Forest New South Wales is actually losing money trying to support the logging operation to supply that contract. I've been told that.
Okay.
Yeah, in cases that would be.
But potentially they should be making good money in the way that we're going to harvest it.
Yeah.
But it's got a time limit. You can see the time limit, those trees.
So you mean they'll harvest it for the next 13 years and then there'll be nothing?
Well, it can't be.
And what will happen to the wildlife in the meantime?
Well, hopefully we have left enough trees to cater for that.
But what about the
It
fact
hasn't been
that
proven.
it hasn't been proven that it will work? Because you see, we know that most of these creatures, they're predated by dogs, cats, foxes. They need to be able to get up. They need those hollows.
Yep.
It doesn't sound as though you're going to have a lot of trees with shelter areas in them, especially also for reproducing. You know, like so many of their population are going to be taken out by feral animals. So many of the trees where they would have reproduced are going to be lost.
Yep.
I can't help but feel that this is not going to be good for the wildlife here. Yeah.
It's regrowth forest too here. We're in a lot of regrowth, so it has been clear-felled or flattened years prior. So the habitat
it's
just coming.
Yeah. Problem is it's going to be competing with Camp Laurel this time.
It will be. It'll be competing with everything. It'll be competing with fire. Because there won't be any. And when it gets fire, it's going to be big and it's going to kill it.
Yeah.
The way we log, that's the way have we been doing? That's the way the licence states. So that it's just a push for the wood.
You were saying that the native forests are being compared to other countries. What's that?
What they're trying to do is run native forests the same way you run pine. And
As if it's a monoculture.
Pine's like wheat. You can harvest the whole paddock and it's exactly the same. They've got no criteria to worry about.
Right.
It's totally different.
But as in monetary wise too, you know, they think that
they can turn it over.
Well, as in, you know, pine per hectare, there's a lot more per hectare, and it's all just different. You just can't log it the same way.
You can cut one bit of hardwood down, and the piece next to it will be totally different. It could have defect. It could have issues.
So some idiot is trying to turn the forests of New South Wales not into ecosystems anymore, but into a cash crop of monocultures.
Yep.
Like,